actually see comment on the infrastructure development, especially the roads and the healthcare system. It is true that our roads are not in a good shape. The only road that we see is this road that connects from Soroti to Moroto. But again, this road was also the contractor, the Chinese constructed this road. I don't know. They used too much money, but what is on the ground is really bad. As you can see, the road is already dilapidated, and you can't imagine this road staying for more than 10 years. You see, this road has stayed for something like 7 years, and the road is in a very bad shape compared to other roads in other regions like Mbarara, those sites there. Their roads are good, and I think they spend too much money working on those roads. Back to our feeder roads, the roads connecting to our sub-counties. These roads are in a very bad shape. Sincerely speaking, including bridges, they're in a very bad shape. A case in point, actually, I was traveling from Matany today up to Nakapiprit right now, and I happened to pass that road of Lotome, from Kangole to Lotome, to Lorengeduat via Lotome. The road is very bad. You find out that the district, Napak, graded the road. I think they tried to grade the road, but this is not grading. This is plowing. They plowed along the road, and you really need to maneuver in order to pass that road. So the roads are in a very bad shape. Now, look at, forgetting about the roads, the bridges that connect a road to the other one, really very bad shape. Remember, we have some rivers crossing, and you find that our health centers are behind the other side. So it becomes very hard to transport a mother from Lotome to Matany, because that bridge, when there's rain, it is really something different. So it's not only those, there are very many roads. Another road is Nabual, we did to Nabual. That road is also in a very bad shape. So mostly all our roads in Karamoja are not in a good shape. When it comes to healthcare system, now the road connects to the health facility. Now, if the roads are not good, expect some mothers to die while going to the hospital, like while they refer them to main hospital, Matany. And in Napak district alone, it has only one hospital, that is Matany. The other one was supposed to be Riri Center 4, but up to now it is not. They have not approved that health facility to be health center 4, which ideally will help the people. So our healthcare system is also still dilapidated. There are no drugs at the health facility. Even though they bring drugs, they don't last. You remember, drugs are distributed, I think, quarterly or something of that sort. So drugs get over within a week. So just imagine what happens for the next 1 month when the drugs are over at the facilities. So everything when it comes to service delivery is a sham here in Karamoja. So when it comes to the general livelihood, happy President Museveni this time came and visited Karamoja and visited some of the sites, some of the sub-counties, and met farmers. I must report that most people that were got as model farmers were not really, they didn't benefit from this, okay, much as they benefited, but this money didn't really impact to the way that the reports were reading, that these farmers have benefited. Okay, they got the 1 million, and the 1 million turned to 100 goats. Sincerely speaking, it can't work. So I think the districts, respective districts in Karamoja, had to identify some more farmers, some people who are doing very well, those people who have invested a lot in agriculture. So they had to go to get those farmers, and they refer to them as beneficiaries of PDM. And I think they were coached very well to accept that they got the money from PDM, and they have multiplied. Sincerely speaking, what can 1 million shillings do? 1 million shillings can, okay, you can open a small business, but sincerely speaking, it cannot multiply in 1 year like you bought 100 goats. Sincerely speaking, that you got from the money you got, you bought 10 goats, now that multiply to 100. No. So a lot of smear is there. They're trying to smear us that we are doing well, we are doing well economically, our roads are okay, the healthcare system is okay, but in actual sense, things are not right. I'm going to add a lot of, I'm going to add more immediately. Other speakers also speak, but for now, that is what I can say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, King, for giving us that picture of what is happening in Karamoja. We have seen a lot of stories when the president visited, trying to paint a picture that there is a lot of improvement, and he made a lot of pledges to the region to show that he's really going to take a step on development of the area. And one of the human rights abuses is poverty. Poverty is one of human rights abuses. No one should be poor. So whoever keeps anyone in poverty, he's abusing your rights. I believe that people should know that also. Keeping people in poverty or not caring about the population is part of human rights abuses. That's why we have included, because it is one of the reasons that causes crimes and other cases that we really see in our country. So we will, Priska, I want to hear you. Are you able to speak, Priska?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Yes, okay. Yes, Priska, you're welcome. You are a social development worker and also district vice chairperson, women council representative. As women, for example, in your region, how are women faring? We have seen young children going to far places collecting water where even water is not there, and collecting water in those dirty areas. How are girls surviving going those long distances? Cases of rape that have been reported. How are you observing these things on the side of girls and women?
Thank you very much for joining the discussion this evening. My name's Priska Loyo. You can call me Yori, and I'm a district councillor, Wulira and Abaana. Yeah, you have actually posted a very good question based on the girls and the women in Karamoja. If you look at Karamoja as a whole, you realize that the population of Karamoja, of course, is 1.4, but when we look at this kind of population, we find that economically, women are struggling, looking for everything because they are actually the breadwinners in their homes. When we look at the issues of water, for instance, as you've said, in Karamoja, of course, we have challenge of water in all corners. Just the way you had the president talking last time, wanting to know about like the valley dams in Karamoja, how many are they, and what is the water level. At the same time, these dams won't reach to every sub-county. So as the district, for example, in Napak, we have decided, most of the NGOs have come in to actually support and put boreholes in some villages. And if I'm to look at Napak, we are, the water actually in Napak is
Yeah, you mean 70% of homes or 70% to districts?
no, I am actually giving an example of Napak. the water in our park currently, at least we have 70%, whereby at least there are so many boreholes that have been provided in the sub counties and also villages. And some of these boreholes, when we find that there's enough water, what they do, they try to motorize it so that we avoid these things of boreholes getting spoiled and what. At least there is a percentage on that. At least water in only the park is what I'm talking about, not the entire Karamoja. But now when you look around the entire Karamoja, there is a problem with water, of course. There's a big problem. That's why we thought maybe if, for example, we have dams in each district, as the president says, probably it would help. It will help us with animals. It will also help us with household consumption. So the girls currently moving up and down. Of course, it is the girls that fetch water a lot, not the boys. So you find that we move a distance to collect the water to those boreholes that have been maybe worked on. But you realize some of them are not worked on, some have been worked on. Then the ponds, we don't have ponds in Karamoja whereby maybe somebody has probably fished or has had it as a pond that people can collect water. We don't have any catchments in Karamoja that we can say let's maybe trap this water to help us. All the water flows and goes to Teso. We don't have that provision. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
My throat is a bit sore. I have cough, but I think we will proceed like that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for that information. It's one of the problems we have in our country is that we don't have we have water sources, but we don't have access to water in our homes, even in our communities. And I'm just thinking of Karamoja as we hear Karamoja. I've personally never been to Karamoja. I want to bring Wallace this time. Wallace, what do you say about the cases of rape that comes as a result of girls traveling long distances to collect water?
Yes, good evening, members. I know most of you maybe might be, I don't know, the time change from where you are now. Just excuse the noise from the background anyway. But trying to reach somewhere. First of all, I want to recognize the presence of our elder, Father Thomas Ayapa from US. Thank you for joining us. We'd like to recognize the presence of Dr. Tapem Emmanuel. Yeah, it's a surgeon by profession. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Gabriel, for joining us, and Etuko and other people. The civilized Kanamojong, thank you for joining us. One of our panelists. To talk about the rape, yeah, I will first want to comment on the previous speakers, King Mwana Boy, Honorable Yori. Actually, as she has said, yeah, NGOs have been at home. I may say they have been at home because there is some dropping out of the NGOs because of funding. Most NGOs have left. You see, Mascops no longer there. IRC that time, IRC is no longer there. There are some few, like Save the Children, maybe Straight Talk Foundation, and many other. Yeah, on the issue of rape, I have two scenarios. One was reported from Napak district. I posted in a group where Honorable Yoro is also there, and many other people who are here. They say a girl in a village under is it Iriro or Rangachara sub-county. I posted in our subgroup. Maybe we shall access it later. I don't know whether Nora is around. If Nora is around, she has that information. I posted and I said, please rescue the girl. It's believed the girl in me that to go and take a pic and inquire, but I was told the girl was already taken away by someone whom the father gave because of poverty. You know, you see now poverty comes in. The father was given 6 cows and I think one goat or what. The father was already satisfied. Rather than the whole village, and whoever reports this issue they will deal with him. Everybody was scared. And I told the person who was there, if there's a smartphone, use the smartphone. It's even better than going to go to police right now. If it's very far, can bring and we post. I think the girl was not there. Same scenario was reported in what? In Kotido, where young girls. This one now is around 17 years. Just clocked 17 years. They used to go and fetch water from a nearby bar hall near the barracks. So now, you know, our brothers in uniform, they are so cunning, they know how to become so friendly. The girls now started bringing something home, posho, rice. The uncle who told me, people started saying from home, where are you getting these things from? Hey, Afande is the one giving us, lots of Afandes. And Afande used to also to come around home, take a butia like he's a customer. Then one time, he called the girl and took to the town. But what the uncle told me, that the friends, the fellow soldiers told the uncle is, he persuaded the girl, bought some soda and some biscuits. They were seated somewhere. Then from there they left. I went and locked the girl in some house, of course, and did all what he did. Of course, the young girl could not reveal this until the friends came to tell the uncle. So now I think the third time that he had done this, but the friends locked him. We commend those soldiers for doing that because they were also seeing the girl young. They locked the guy here, and now they called the police to come and capture him. He was arrested, but now in the process, I mean, the guy was already taken up to prison. But in the process, because the thing was still in courts of law, in the process, they started now visiting the father, the parents. You know, the parents are poor, giving something, and I think the case, whether the file has been hidden or dropped. The uncle told me it's believed that this soldier was released and ran away. It's no longer around. But we wanted to confirm if it is true. We are still following that case, and we are going to make sure that we get this file and we follow up. Since now I reported already to Freedom of Uganda, and they posted already this and I think they tagged very many organizations. FIDA, I saw FIDA, Human Rights Uganda, police, of course, the Ministry of Defense, to give an answer in this, because this is really a human rights violation. Defilement. In any case, maybe the girl did not even consent. Should have maybe raped the girl, of course, from here, from Karamoja. Once you are raped and a man accesses you in a healthy language, you call it penetrates you, you accept, because he has already accessed your private, your private life. So you find out these girls now just accept. That since now so and so has done this, waiting for a boyfriend. I can say a boyfriend through his friends also persuaded these girls. They went to take beer, hosted them with 50K at the beer. I think they placed something in the beer. For us, in the health department, we believe when you put paracetamol in the beer, it increases the effect in your brain. I think that's what was believed it happened. Of course, this girl now became very drunk and weak. That just to access where she can rest. Of course, at the end, the boy rejoined her. In the morning when she woke up, hey, what happened there? So and so is just beside me. Now there was nothing she could do. And then she got pregnant. Of course, there's no follow-up. Yet, this wasn't a consent, but it was through some, I can say, in a cunning behavior, a cunning behavior, which is not acceptable. So these are cases, and actually, outside all these cases, there could be very many others. By the way, the girl I talked about the one in Kotido is pregnant and is abandoned. I think now she doesn't want to go home. That's what I was told. We want to access her in town in Kotido. They say she just moves around because she has nowhere to go. This is an helpless girl. She's ashamed. You know, these are girls who become ashamed of their life because they did not consent to do this. But because for a man who has done this, is not even willing to help us run away because you know this is also a serious case. It becomes really difficult. But at times, our villagers at home even leave these things because they know they might not even go anywhere. They'll say, let's just accept now this, and so long as they pay some dowry, and it becomes a bygone. I want to say something about access roads, as people said. I want to bring a scenario where a mother died from that side of Poron in a park district, where there was a lot of water. Yes, we know that, because these are terrain places, and our leaders in their positions, of course, have to always advocate. It is to understanding that some of our leaders at times, or even most times, fear to mention the truth. And when a poor starts to say the truth, they say, I'm against their leadership, against the progress. What are we progressing? Really, steady progress. Are we steady progress? Hello. Are we should steady progress? Are we when people are suffering? No, the lady died because there was no way the ambulance would pass there. There are also cases about health where you find there's a chronic corruption. We discovered sooner. You remember I shared some information about health exhibition on a park, where we discovered even some leaders did not know anything about health. Fuel cards. They didn't know that these things are given maybe according to the number of ambulances or the number of health units which can give emergencies like emergency ambulance calls and what. And I was told these things are given from the regional referral hospital Moroto. There's someone who is concerned about that. I was given the number, but I did not call because these are most of these people connive and they deny. They hide the information. But we tried our best, and of course we had to push the things out with the facts. Of course, even people who are in charges started calling me privately, and I used to give my information to the WhatsApp group without hiding. These are things now which has qualified me to be an enemy to the progress of some people's political careers. But of course, I am assuring my people that I'm not yet about to give up, and of course, I will not give up. I will push for what matters for the community. I'm not after. Maybe some people may think I want to fight people because of their personal gains. But first of all, I've never reached each and every home of those politicians. That's why at times they identify me as an opposition. Of course, since they started identifying me as an opposition, I said, okay, this is an opportunity to become an opposition now. I have to come out and tell them this is me now. The really me. Let me show you who I am for this. Then for the issue of water, yeah, Honorable, you already talked about water. Sincerely, I can't say the percentage about the coverage of water, but for sure, I think if we talk about this, the coverage is not so much. Maybe we shall only see in town councils. You find people, many people migrate from Karamoja communities. Find some people have gone to maybe very far, like a petroleum Poron, where those villages where fertile lands are, where they can do some cultivation. You find their access to water is really down, but there are very many opportunities that we can do. Number one, if someone can research from the exit space about Kapelibion to handle, you will see that UBL funded the drilling of very many baholes, just our neighborhood. You find in Karamoja, in Napag in particular, we accepted Pastor Kanya to come and cultivate our land. He deceived the whole world that is going to feed the whole of Karamoja. He got the land, he cultivated, got sorghum, he invested, took to Kampala, told people he's going to put to do something like value addition, put 72 nutrients. That's what people know, 72 nutrients. Even if you ask any leader, even LC5, he knows that they are taking it to be at the 72 nutrients. And then we realized in Twitter space when it was given awards, 3 awards. Number 1, for being a modern farmer. Number 2, for being the biggest supplier of sorghum in UBA. Sorry, someone called. You find we have very many opportunities, potentials. Because we are covered, thinking, giving an alternative voice. For example, the way I do. By the way, I've already declared in my district that for me, I support an opposition party called NUP. This one is not to fight their president. This one is to fight the poverty that we are not seeing, because we are covered up with, we are wrapped up with a Judith. I don't know whether she's here. So you find maybe because we when they begin, I thought she's a kada, meaning you are going astray. You are talking against where you are hitting from. Meaning you are not supposed to hit while talking. You have to keep quiet.
Yes, Wallace, I was coming to that, and please just pause there.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
I wanted to bring this one. So that let me just brief this one. Then about the Karachunas, the Karamojongs who are in prison. Everybody in Karamoja knows that the president says he is going to release the Karachunas. That the ones they know they are in prison, they are around 3 doers. Yet. So, but now when they say the Karachunas, meaning these are boys, they say 3,400. That's already a population of a certain district, and these are men. How many widows were left behind? How many orphans were left behind? You see, it's keeping people in prison the only solution to bring sanity to the community. And how sure are we all the 3,400 plus people are going to come back? Are they all alive? Because death is inevitable. Anyone can die. Does it mean all these people are kept safe and none of them has died? You can see the picture of those who were brought from Gulu prisons. They were actually diminished almost to the death point. Most people made noise and kept quiet somewhere. I don't know if justice was given to those people. I think I beg to stop here. As
you have to know, like, people is much something that you can think about. We are going to ask more questions. We want to also to hear from Honorable. I'm waiting for her. Please reach out and make sure that she comes. We can participate. We still have time for her. Before I go to to highlight some just briefly about